Welcome to Biohacking with Brittany. I'm thrilled that you are listening to today's episode. This is all about my third trimester biohacks. So if you're new around here, I am in my third trimester with my first pregnancy. I am a women's health biohacker, top 1.5% podcaster globally, which is fun, and nutritionist. And I specialize kind of in the fertility preconception space right now. I should probably get an official intro, but I'm in my third trimester. Okay. Give me a break here. Yeah. So I have been doing these episodes for every single trimester, and where I do one for the experience, which is like all about my expectations versus realities. And then the episode about the biohacks as well. And I split it up because usually there's just too much to talk about in one episode. So it's easier to kind of split them into two. If you're pregnant, if you are going to be, or if you previously were, or anything like that, or you're just interested, I really suggest you do go back and listen to the first trimester and second trimester ones. You can do that. What would be the easiest? Like if you're on Apple Podcasts, you could just scroll back and find them. You could search it. You could probably just even Google like Biohacking with Brittany first trimester, and it'll come up. First trimester podcast or something. Or, I could also just link it in the show notes for you. So let me just do that. Obviously, that would seem the obvious thing for me to do. So I will do that for you. So you can listen to first trimester and second trimester as well. Every trimester is so different. Holy smokes. So the biohacks, the holistic health strategies that go with it are so different. So I really suggest you listen to all of it. Before we dive in, a shout out to Bioptimizers. They are actually giving away a free bottle of magnesium right now, which is crazy. So Bioptimizers is my favorite supplement brand that I work with, probably like general health supplement brand. And I've been taking their supplements for over 2 years. So this is not some like random brand that I recommend. And they make a full spectrum magnesium. So that means that their magnesium includes all 7 types of magnesium. I think they're the only people on the market who do this. So it's phenomenal. It's great. I take this, speaking of being in your third trimester, I take 2 of these every night right now. It's great. Great for if you have any issues with like sleep, stress, anxiety, irritability, any type of mood disorders at all, sore muscles, tightness. Most of us are deficient in magnesium due to our soil quality. And so magnesium is needed. And it's actually used in over 300 different processes in the body. So it's a very essential mineral that we all need. Okay. So they are giving this summer, I think it's for July and August only, they are giving away a free bottle of magnesium to you. It's an exclusive offer. So go through the link in my website or on the show notes and you can get that. And you will be able to try it finally if you haven't tried it yet, because I love it. So like I said, so I have a big supplement stack for, being pregnant, and this magnesium is in it. My husband takes it as well. He takes it for helping with like work stress, and he takes it when he gets headaches, sore muscles from the gym, anything like that. I've given it, I'm not even kidding. I've given it to my dad, my mom, my brothers, my husband's parents, my friends. Anytime anyone tells me anything that is a symptom that is related to low magnesium, I give them a bottle. So I really suggest it. I think it's one of the only supplements that I would say that you should probably be on for the rest of your life. I don't know. Yeah. I can't ever see myself not taking magnesium, unfortunately, with the quality of our food at this point in North America. Anyway, so that's what I would recommend. That's Bioptimizers. You can get a free bottle. Who doesn't want free things? Like, makes sense. Go to the website in my show notes, get your free bottle. And don't forget, do it right now. Do it right now. You're going to be thankful. And a shout out to Nuchido. So Nuchido is a NAD plus company. This is the only NAD focused brand, I guess I should say, that I take. So I got a lot of biohackers who actually asked me about this, people in the health optimization space who are like, oh my gosh, what do I take? I want to boost my NAD levels. And so NAD plus is NAD is basically a molecule that decreases as we age. And it also decreases in relation to stress and alcohol. And it's all about cellular energy and how we feel and how we look. So the least amount we have, the least amount of energy we have, we don't feel good, lower vitality in relation to like aging, longevity, everything like that. So that's why there's so much research behind NAD. That's why so many people are always talking about it. And so Nuchido is actually the only brand that I take to support my levels. This is why I recommend it to everybody. So they're based out of the UK. They have this proprietary blend of different herbs that they use to support these levels. And I think there's also different vitamins and minerals in there as well, all proven to actually boost it from a core issue. What am I trying to say here? See, the baby brain is kicking in. A root cause. There you go. A root cause approach rather than just like saying, here is a precursor to it. It looks at the root cause approach, and they have a ton of research on their website. I have a couple of podcast episodes. One is out already with them. So definitely check that out. That's with Nicola. She is the founder. And there's another one coming out later this summer where we talk all about women's health and NAD levels and what you can do. So that's going to be a really fun episode. So stay tuned for that. So Nuchido, that's spelled Nuchido. Yes, I take this during pregnancy, just in case you're wondering. And it has been great. I've had no issues. So check that out. Use my discount code BIOHACKINGBRITTANY and you will save 10% off of your order. I really recommend it. Again, it's like the only one I really stand behind. Okay. Let's dive into third trimester biohacks. So I don't know how I'm going to do this because I want to do a birth prep podcast episode, and it's third trimester biohacks are different than birth prep, but you do the birth prep during third trimester. So it's kind of like funny in my brain. Okay. But we'll go through it. Okay. So I want to start with nutrition and just kind of walk you through that. So overall, my diet during third trimester has been pretty good. I have been focused on nutrient dense foods. I've definitely had, we're in the summer. Like I've definitely had ice cream more than I normally have. Okay. I'm definitely not at this like 100% level. I'm probably not even at 80-20 right now. I'm probably at like 70-30, roughly 65-35. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I think that at this point in pregnancy, I just started 38 weeks. It's not that I don't care. I do care. And I think it's important, but I'm also just trying to fuel my body. I'm burning way more calories already than I normally do right now. My temperature is higher. You know what I mean? I'm trying to just kind of get through this last month. Okay. So nutrition wise, I am trying to stay as dialed in as possible. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't go out for these. I don't eat like that type of takeout food. Like I said, like I got ice cream, I think twice this week. So, but let me be real with you. Okay. When I got ice cream, I got vegan, gluten-free ice cream. I ate half of this ice cream bar that was like, I don't know, the size of my hand. No, not that big. Maybe like my finger and a half. I ate half of that. And then I gave the rest to my husband because it was too much. And then the other time I had ice cream this week, I got a kitty cup, which is like a small 1 scoop of sherbet, which is basically all sugar because I didn't want any dairy in it. And I actually had half of it and then I kept the other half for the next day. So when I say I'm having ice cream, like that's literally what I'm doing. I'm not going to Dairy Queen and getting a drive-through, whatever, dipped cone, eating the entire thing to my face. No, it's within reason. It's almost to just like satisfy, I guess, that sweet tooth, that craving, pregnancy craving, sure. And I very much will stop eating it when I feel done. And that's actually like such a good thing to talk about in general, is like the intuitive eating during pregnancy has been really great for me. I feel like I've always been an intuitive eater of like, I will stop eating when I'm full, but with pregnancy, it's been magnified. I get to this point when I'm eating anything where it doesn't matter how much is left. It could be a quarter, it could be half, it could be 3/4. If I'm like looking at the food and I'm thinking, oh, I don't really want this anymore, or why am I having this? Or I'm not hungry, or I'm good. Like the satisfaction is over. Like there's no hunger there either. I will stop eating it no matter what it is. And so that has been a really healthy way that I've kind of managed my nutrition throughout my entire pregnancy, is just keeping that in mind of, I will just stop eating. I get turned off. Like I just don't have any more of it. So if you are struggling kind of in that space of nutrition right now, where maybe you are getting all the fries and the takeout or the ice cream and all of these things, and you're eating a lot, try to kind of like tune in with your body a little bit. Like I think it's fine to do those things. I'm not going to tell you to eat perfectly during pregnancy, because I 100% have not done that. I have had really tough weeks during pregnancy, especially in first trimester, where all I ate was bagels and chicken nuggets. Okay. So please, like I am not standing on any type of high horse here at all. Do what you can, but something that could be really helpful is like tuning into your body and saying, okay, like I had half the fries. Do I actually want the rest? Am I still hungry? Do I still crave them? Okay, maybe I'm done. That's what I have found, and I just stop eating. It could be something that could be helpful for you as well. So in terms of nutrition, haven't had like too strong of cravings necessarily. There might be a sweet tooth, like the ice cream that comes up once a week, maybe twice a week. And then I've had a bit of aversion. So what's so interesting is I have this aversion to coffee, and I think it was during second trimester as well. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I can't, I don't know. I can't do it. And I make myself coffee and I drink a quarter of it. It's the same thing. And then I'm like, ugh, like I don't want this. Whereas before pregnancy, holy, I love coffee. It's like my lifeline. But during pregnancy, I've just not been into it. The only way that I've been able to drink coffee is if it's like low-key not coffee. Like I'm talking like a frappuccino or like iced coffee that's got sugar in it and milk, and it's just like not healthy coffee at all. This week, I actually did a couple of bulletproof coffees, and I was able to drink those. And again, I think it's because it's got like the butter in it and the collagen. And so it's got like so much flavor. But there is something about the coffee itself that I'm just like not into during pregnancy. I just can't with it. So I've been trying to listen to my body. Like, I don't think my body wants the caffeine. I don't think my body, I think it's just sensitive and just doesn't want it. And, the recommendation with caffeine during pregnancy is under 200 milligrams. Some people think that's a lot. Some people think you should still be taking less. I personally have been watching for sure my caffeine levels. Like I drink a lot of Earl Grey tea right now. And by a lot, I mean like 1 cup a day. And I do a lot of matcha. So 1 cup a day. So typically right now I'll wake up, I'll have Earl Grey tea with coconut milk and then breakfast. And then later, especially when I'm working, I'll have like a matcha latte made at home. And I will put so it'll be matcha, coconut milk, and maple syrup, a little bit of maple syrup in there, because matcha is like very, very bitter. And that will be it. And so that amount of caffeine, we're probably looking at maybe 80 to 100 milligrams total for both of those drinks, I would say. Maybe less, maybe 70. So that's kind of what I do. And I just avoid the coffee in general now. So that's kind of my biohack with that, is like tune into your body, listen to what you're craving, listen to what you're wanting to avoid. Maybe there's a reason that your body wants to avoid that thing. pay attention to it. And honestly, you should probably listen to what it's saying. In relation again to nutrition, I started doing in third trimester these protein nighttime smoothies. So I have not been sleeping well. Every time I tell somebody that, they go, "Oh, it's good. It's going to prepare you for the baby." And I'm like, "Yeah, great. Thanks so much. That's such an encouraging thing to say." So I have not been sleeping that well. And I get up multiple times a night to pee. When I turn over, I feel, I'm so big now. Like I feel the baby moving it's not just like flipping over in the bed when you're not pregnant. It's like so different now. You have this big belly that you have to move over and get comfortable and support your knees, and you can't sleep on your back and all these things. So I wake up multiple times. And then I'll wake up hungry in the middle of the night a lot, almost like every night. Yeah. Something that I have found that's kind of helped with that is I will have a protein shake before I go to bed. And when I say before I go to bed, I mean like I'm drinking it in my bedroom. And this has helped with curbing waking up and having a Larabar or protein bar in the middle of the night. So in my protein shake, I will do frozen fruit, things like blueberries, strawberries, pineapple, mango, peach, bananas, anything like that. And then frozen avocado every single time because we want that healthy fat. And it makes it really thick. And it also slows down your blood sugar spike from the frozen fruit. It's got, like I said, healthy fat in it. It's more of a complete meal that you're making now, not just straight carbs. And then I add in collagen protein. I usually do 2 scoops. So we're looking at about 30 grams of protein powder, protein. And then water, or no, not water, coconut milk. So again, more healthy fat. Coconut milk is like my go-to milk right now. I don't do almond as much anymore. Coconut tends to be the healthiest option on the market. I think walnut would be healthy too if you can find it, but it's kind of hard to find. Or hemp. Again, hard to find. So that's what I'm doing. And I will drink that. And usually I will sleep better when I have that. So if you're somebody like me who's struggling with sleep during pregnancy, really consider your nutrition before you go to bed. If you're going to eat something, make sure it's balanced. And so what that means is like you have the carbs to fat to protein ratios dialed in. So like I said, I have the protein powder, I have the frozen avocado, I have the coconut milk. So that those are both for fat. And then I have the frozen fruit, which is carbohydrates. So really think about that. And when I do this, I sleep more throughout the night. I don't wake up hungry, and then I will eat breakfast. And that has been smart. When I don't do that and say I have dinner around 7:30, it's really light outside now because we're in the summer. So if I have dinner around 7:30, maybe even 8, say I go to bed around 8:30, 8:45, I read until 9:30, maybe 10. And then I will wake up hungry at like 2 in the morning. Then I will eat a Larabar. Has happened so many times, I can't even tell you. So Larabars, not the best. Larabars are made with dates, and they also have like cashews, almonds, peanuts. They can have chocolate chips in them, depends on the type that you get. Arguably, I do Larabars because they have less ingredients in them versus buying other protein bars that will have 30 different things in them that usually has like gluten, rice puffs, or soy, or these other things, but they have the protein in it. So it's kind of like, well, do I want this protein in, or do I want all these extra ingredients? I've kind of stuck with Larabars because it's easier to digest, like in the middle of the night like that, and they're smaller. And once I'm done one, I'm like full, I'm done. Like I don't need to eat anymore. So I have found it to be helpful in that way. Are you feeling drained, struggling with low energy, or noticing that your body just isn't bouncing back like it used to? The culprit might be declining NAD+ levels in your cells. NAD+ is a vital molecule found in every cell of your body. It converts nutrients into energy and activates essential cellular processes. But as we age, our NAD plus levels naturally decline, leading to reduced energy, slower recovery, and overall poor cellular health. Stresses like intense workouts, disrupted sleep, and alcohol can make this decline even worse. But thankfully, there is good news. I love to use Nuchido Time Plus. This is a breakthrough NAD supplement designed to combat these issues. I actually get asked all the time what NAD supplement I use, and this is the one. It is backed by a patented formulation and clinically proven in a double-blinded studies. Nuchido Time Plus targets the root causes of NAD plus decline. It uses advanced science to boost your NAD plus levels, supporting better energy, faster recovery, and enhancing overall health. I have an exclusive offer just for my listeners, and you can use code BIOHACKINGBRITTANY at checkout to get 10% off of your order. Don't let declining NAD levels hold you back any longer. Elevate your health and unlock your full potential with Nuchido Time Plus. Remember, that's code BIOHACKINGBRITTANY for 10% off your order. Take charge of your cellular health today. The other thing as well is the dates are great because dates actually tone your uterus. So what you want to be doing is you want to be having about 6 dates a day when you are pregnant, especially in second and third trimester, because it helps tone the uterus. And so by eating these Larabars, I'm getting lots of extra dates in to help with that. So it's kind of like, I'm just justifying it like that. So I'll continue to do that. But I'm trying to do these protein shakes more because, again, I'm getting more healthy fat and protein in before I go to bed, not waking up hungry, and it just makes a difference. It's not like a foolproof plan in any way. Sometimes I still wake up in the middle of the night and I will have a Larabar, but it definitely does help kind of mitigate that many times. Okay. In relation to sleep as well, I would say something that can help you is like getting the right sleep pillows. So a lot of women use like the U-shaped pillow. You can get it on Amazon. It's like literally the shape of a U. Your head goes at the top of the U, like where the curve is, I guess, or I guess it would be the bottom if you're looking at it, if you write it down. And then you snuggle it, you lie on your side, you put your belly there, you put your arm there, and then it goes in between your knees as well. I have found, so someone gave me the U-shaped pillow. Now, I have found that it is not great for people who are tall. I tried to use it so many nights. I found the pillow was too thin. It didn't reach all the way to my ankles. It just wasn't big enough and thick enough. So I don't use it. What I do use is a king size pillow in between my knees and my ankles. So I lie on my side and then it supports me. So my spine isn't crumpling on top of each other. There isn't extra pressure on the joints because the pillow is there. And it's more of a healthy way to kind of use it, a kind of sleep. And so I've been sleeping with a pillow in between my legs if I sleep on my side since I was a teenager. My mom is a occupational therapist and she got me doing that really early on. And so now I'm addicted to doing that. So that's what I do. I recommend a king size pillow if you're someone who's taller like I am, just so that you can get that support all the way down your legs and not just a little pillow right where the knee is. I'm 5'9" for anyone listening. So if you're kind of around my height, that's what I recommend. Okay. I think that's it for sleep. Oh yeah, definitely magnesium. I kind of alluded to that earlier. I take 2 magnesium before I go to bed. You have to be careful with magnesium because sometimes if you take too much, you can get diarrhea. So that's when you know you've kind of hit your limit. So I would take 2 at night. If you notice your stools are becoming looser, take 1. And I think the one I'm taking is 300 milligrams. So I take the one by Bioptimizers. It's the best. Use my discount code BioHackingBrittany. Also, they're giving away free bottles right now. So it's linked in my show notes if you want your free bottle. But that is the best one. It has all 7 types of magnesium in it. And I really recommend that for all pregnant women. Actually, I recommend that for everybody. I think everyone should be on magnesium. But I take a dose at night to help with sleep. And then I've also been taking gravel. So the gravel is something new that I added in a couple of weeks ago, just to be able to get through this last month of pregnancy. If I don't take it, I will wake up 7 or 8 times a night. If I do take it, I will wake up 3 times a night. So I'm still waking up. I have not slept through the night fully since I've been pregnant. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, not once. I can show you my Oura Ring data. Like, it's just how it is, because you have to pee all the time. You're uncomfortable. You're flipping over. You get hot. You get cold. It's just all the things all the time. Okay. So I really do recommend taking something like magnesium and gravel if you can. Once you get to the last 3 weeks of your pregnancy, you are allowed to take melatonin. Before that, it is not recommended. I have not taken any. I don't know if I will try. I might. I'm not sure yet. I feel like I need to do more research on that before I add that in as something that I'm willing to start taking. And I'm also curious, like, why can't you take it until the last 3 weeks? And what's different about the last 3 weeks that it's safe? It's probably in relation to baby's development, because by now baby's fully developed and, they're just kind of getting fatter and literally putting on fat until birth. So it's probably in relation to that is what I would say. But I still want to do more research on like how it crosses the blood placenta barrier, what that looks like, and if there's any side effects. So I haven't taken it, but I definitely think it's something that I could look into. Okay. What I do want to get into, I guess, again, I'm going to do a birth prep podcast episode. So I'm keeping all of the birth prep, birthing stuff separate from this episode, which is really hard to do because I'm looking at my list and there's like so much birth prep I've done. We are doing a home birth, water birth with midwives and a doula. So there's been a lot of research I've had to do, a lot of books I've had to read. Like, oh my gosh, the amount I've learned in the last 9 months is wild. But back to third trimester, which is the most important thing right now. Exercise. So this has been challenging, more challenging than second trimester. So if you listen to my second trimester episode, you would have heard me talk about this. Second trimester is this like beautiful time where you're like on top of the world. Okay. I didn't even feel like I was pregnant. I had so much energy. I moved, I packed up my house. I threw a massive baby shower. I launched a new course. I worked full time. I exercised every single day. Like, it was just like all the things I was doing was nuts. Okay. Now in third trimester, you obviously start to slow down. You gain a lot of weight and you kind of just have to respect your body a bit more because you are just getting so pregnant and the hormone levels are just so high. So for me, I was riding my Peloton and I stopped at about 35 weeks, I think was my last ride. And that was because I started to get back pain in general. So I started to develop, around 34 weeks, I started to develop lower back pain. And I would notice it, and it was only on my left side. And it got worse and worse and worse and worse. And we threw a second baby shower here in Ontario, in Muskoka, and it was so much work. We had so much to unpack in our new house that I would work full time, and then moving and unpacking was a full-time job. And then organizing this party and having 8 people stay in our new house that we had only been in for a month, and then having a 40-person baby shower was nuts. So I was on my feet all the time. I was doing so much, and my back pain was like significant. It was significant. Like it was like the worst days were probably 8 out of 10 pain. Like it would hurt walking up the stairs, sitting down, anything on one foot. And there were a couple days where I like cried to Ryan about it. Just my husband, just like, I was so upset. I was in so much pain. So after the baby shower, the pain got worse and I really had to get my act together to heal it. That week, was that last week or the week before? I think it was the week before. So this was about 2 weeks ago. So I did a lot. Within that week, I did a massage, went to naturopath who was doing acupuncture. I did osteopathy and I did, was it physio or was it those three that I did? It might have been just those three. Yeah. Osteo, acupuncture, and massage. So I went to go see all three of those practitioners. And then I stopped walking as well. I stopped all cardio. So I stopped using the Peloton and stopped walking my dog around the block. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, stopped all cardio. And I would say, I think there's been a couple things that have helped. I think the massage has been great. I think the acupuncture was great, but the osteopathy was phenomenal and really, really made a difference. This has only been the second time I've ever seen an osteopath in my entire life. And I was shocked by the results. So I went in, it was a full hour session. I'm actually just going to bring up the definition of osteopathy. Let's see what this says. Okay. For those who don't know, a system of medicine based on the theory that disturbances in the musculoskeletal system affect other bodily parts, causing many disorders that can be corrected by various manipulative techniques in conjunction with conventional medicine, surgical, pharmacological, and other therapeutic procedures. That's one of the definitions. This is another one, which is also great. A system of treatment based on the theory that diseases are chiefly due to deranged mechanism of the bones, nerves, blood vessels, and other tissues, and can be remedied by manipulations of these parts. Modern practitioners use the therapeutic and diagnostic techniques of modern medicine as well as manipulative procedures. Okay, so essentially that's saying everything is connected. Your muscles and your skeletal system is connected and it affects other bodily parts. And how do we manipulate the bones, nerves, blood vessels, and other tissues in order to give you release and relief of the pain that you're in? So it's not like a chiropractor where you go and they click your neck and you feel better for a little bit and then it comes back. It's not like that. It is way deeper. It looks at your body as a whole, as a system. And it was very, very interesting. So I saw her, she snuck me in and I said, look, my pain is at 8 out of 10. We got to do something about this. And I said, it's only on my left side. It's my lower back and into my glute, into my left glute. I described exactly what I told you, how it was hurting me. So she's laying me on the side. She's doing these techniques and you have to be very open-minded. Okay. If you go to see an osteopath, you're not going to go there and think oh, this didn't work or oh, this is woo-woo. This is BS. No. You go in being the body works in ways that I don't understand. This person knows how to touch the right places and make the body do things that I don't understand. And I'm okay with that. And I am open to healing in this way. That's the mind frame you need to go in with. That's exactly what I did. So I went in, she starts working on my back. We did both sides, obviously can't lay on my belly. And you literally feel your muscles shift and open. And she just holds, I can't even describe it. She puts her hands in different places on your back and she holds it there until you open up and release. And you're not moving, it's involuntary. It's not like you're thinking, okay, lower back, let me push it forward. No. It just does it and you feel it shift. And it was so interesting. I felt so much better afterwards. And what was really interesting is, so my back pain is, obviously pregnancy induced. I don't have any injuries, anything like that. So my back pain, when she was touching points on my body that were painful, so the lower left hip, glute, and that area, my baby would move and kick, punch, whatever he was doing. When she was touching places that weren't painful, let's say my shoulders or my upper back, something like that, the baby didn't move at all. Or my head, he didn't move at all. It was so weird. It was so weird. And she's like, I think we're making more space in your pelvis for this baby. I think we are like opening up your hips more. And what was interesting is after our session, I sat up and she's like, your belly looks bigger. She's like, I don't know. I think I've just like, your hips have opened. She's like, you look bigger than you did when you walked in here. And I was like, really? Great. Sure. Whatever. I don't care at this point, as long as I feel better. So yeah. So it was phenomenal seeing her. And then I had a massage the next day and I felt better. I felt better after that appointment. And then the massage made it more tender and then it felt worse a little bit. And then it got better and it's been better ever since. And I have an appointment with her 3 days before my due date as well to just support it. So if you're listening and you're having like back pain from pregnancy, please go see an osteopath. Skip the chiropractor. Okay. Go see an osteopath. Your mind is going to be blown on what they can do. I wish I had seen one my entire pregnancy. I will do that next time. And I will book with her for postpartum because a lot of women with postpartum, they will get really bad posture. So they'll hold the baby and they'll stick out their gut to kind of like hold the baby and they'll pull their shoulders back. And then, you're not activating your glutes. So then you can get a flat butt and they get mom butt, that whole thing. Or you round your shoulders while you're breastfeeding or like because you're holding this weight all the time. And so there's all these different postures, bad postures that you can get from breastfeeding and from having a baby. And an osteopath can be great for that as well. So I'm going to continue probably seeing her all year because I just think it's really worth it. Massage, always good, works on a different level, doesn't work as deep. It's more just like the tissues. Great as well if you have access. The acupuncture really didn't do much for this. I used acupuncture a lot during first trimester. I think it was great, helped with nausea and just helped in general. Helped with fertility and preconception. I did a lot of acupuncture during preconception. So there was that as well. And then the physiotherapy. So I think I spoke about this in second trimester biohacks episode, but I have found a new pelvic floor physiotherapist here in Muskoka. She is phenomenal. I just had my first session with her last week and we did a lot. So a lot of it is now birth prep. So I'm not going to get too much into it, but I'm continuing to use the pelvic floor wand, which has been great for really loosening the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor is a muscle, okay? It is not something which means that you can train it, essentially. You can exercise it, just like you can exercise any muscle. And we want the muscle to be loose and relaxed. You actually don't want this like tight vagina that society kind of makes you think that you need. You want it to be healthy and relaxed. And so one of the ways that you can do that is through using a pelvic floor wand. This has been phenomenal. I still do this. Should probably do it today, actually. And it really just helps to loosen up that whole area. If there's one mineral you should be worried about not getting enough of, it's magnesium. Magnesium is the body's master mineral. It's powerful and it's involved in over 600 critical reactions, including hormone balance, stress management, sleep quality, even digestion is influenced by the presence of magnesium. But there are two big problems here. One, magnesium has been largely missing from U.S. soil since the 1950s, which explains why it's estimated that up to 75% of the population may be deficient. And two, most supplements contain only 1 or 2 forms of magnesium, when in reality, your body needs 7. The only magnesium supplement on the market that has the full spectrum of all 7 forms is called Magnesium Breakthrough by Biooptimizers. This is my favorite. I've been taking it for over 2 years. That's why I'm so excited to tell you that I was able to arrange a killer deal for you for this summer. You won't find this deal on Amazon or even on the company's own website. This deal is exclusively for my audience, and it's for a very, very limited time and only while supplies last. So right now you can actually get a bottle of Magnesium Breakthrough for free. Like actually you get it for free. I'm not kidding. So go now to my website that they made for me, which is magbreakthrough.com/biohackingbrittany free, and get your bottle of Magnesium Breakthrough for free today. Again, that's magbreakthrough.com/biohackingbrittany free, and you get it for free. So go now. It's linked in my show notes of this episode, and it's linked on my website so you can find it really easily, or just DM me and I will send it to you as well. All of us should be on magnesium, and this is my absolute favorite one to take. I talked about this in the second trimester episode, so go listen to me describe it a bit more in that episode. It was, really helpful, really great. And then there is also the perineal massage, but that is more, again, for birth prep. So I will leave that to the birth prep episode. I think pelvic floor physiotherapy is great for pregnancy and postpartum. I think it's definitely needed, and I would love to hear more women doing it because it's definitely not overrated in the slightest. Okay, I think that might be it for third trimester. I mean, I talked about a lot. The other thing would be like essential oils I'm kind of getting into now. But again, that's more for birth prep, is like I'm wanting to create a space that has like beautiful smells. And so I just bought a diffuser, a big one. I got one from Sage that can like be big enough for 700 square feet. And I bought some of their different essential oils. I haven't used a lot of essential oils. I got this one from Costa Rica. It's called the Blue Zone Blend. I've been like sniffing it while I'm at work, like just under my nose. Oh, it smells so good. That's been really helpful as well. And then I guess like exercise in general for third trimester, going back to that, I realized I didn't finish that, is that now after my back pain has gone, I am not doing much cardio at all. Like I'm not riding the Peloton anymore. I'm not spinning. I'm not walking. I'm not really doing any walking outside of like errands and like walking around the house. Okay. I'm not on bed rest, but I'm doing strength training. So I'm in the gym that we're creating in our basement, and I'm doing like 30-minute upper body workouts, 15-minute full body workouts, no jumping, nothing like that. Everything is just like weights. So we just bought a rack of weights, and that's what I've been focusing on, which has been great. At this point in pregnancy, the goal is it's not performance-based. It's not tone-based. It's nothing like that. It is simply to keep up the keep up the habit of exercise and make it easier for me to return to that in postpartum. It's also to help get my heart rate higher, to help me work out and just like sweat. And it's also just good for you in general. It's great for my mental health. I put some fun music on. I go downstairs. I'm in the mirror, like lifting weights for half an hour, and that's it. Like it's more simple right now because it has to be, but I still think it's important to exercise throughout your entire pregnancy as much as you can within reason. Don't push yourself. Like I pushed myself a lot. Then I got back pain. Then I had to heal it. And now I'm at a point where I have really dialed back how much exercise I'm doing. Like before pregnancy, I was working out so much. And I can't wait to get back to that level. I can't wait to be able to do all these different workouts, right? But right now it's not possible, and I have to be very cautious and gentle with my body. I don't want to be sore. I don't want to like have a new amount of weight that I've lifted and then I'm sore the next day. That's not the goal right now. I want to be comfortable, and I just want my body to be happy. And yeah, I think that's really important. I'm doing stretching. I think that's also important. A lot of hip stretching. Again, that's more birth prep as well. And yeah, I think it's just something that you should try to focus on. I encourage you to exercise in any way possible during your pregnancy, even in third trimester, as much as you can. I think as well for biohacks, I think I talked about this, but like getting a midwife has really been a great experience for me. getting a doula as well. Oh, I guess what we can talk about is the placenta. So I guess I'll also talk, this is birth prep. Man, there's so much like overlap, but we are planning to encapsulate my placenta. I actually just hired somebody to do this. So they're going to come to the house. They'll pick up the placenta. She will go prepare. I'll dive into this in that episode. And then she'll bring it back. There's a bunch of science behind this. Maybe I'll see if she actually wants to come on the show for a full episode as well, which would be really interesting. But I think in all, those are my third trimester biohacks. Please listen to my experience episode as well. That will give you a lot more context. I would listen to that one first and then this one after. If you've already listened to this, go and listen to the experience one, because there's so much that I actually like dive in that's like way more personal in that episode than this one. But if you're pregnant, good job. No matter where you are, no matter what trimester or what week you're in, you're doing a fantastic job. If you have any questions, you can always reach out and ask me. If you want to do my baby steps pre-conception course, fertility course, you can do that. It's been phenomenal. It's been helping people get pregnant, which is awesome. It's all about holistic health and how you can optimize your health before your pregnancy, before you start trying to conceive, so that you can conceive, you can have a healthier pregnancy, healthier birth, and a healthier baby, which is the most important thing. So really, really check that out. I have a private link that has a 25% off discount. It is an exclusive link for my community only. You can only get it if you send me a message on Instagram. I would not send me an email because my emails right now, depends when this episode comes out. I am not checking my inbox. I'm going on a bit of a mat leave and I will not be in my inbox, but I will be in my DMs every day. So send me a DM if you want 25% off. I really recommend that. And you are part of my community. If you are listening to this episode, you are a part of the community and I want you to have that. I also think it's just a great resource and you are locked in for life. So definitely check that out. If you're planning on getting pregnant in the next year, that is for you. And there's a massive component for men in there. It's not just for women. There are lessons for men in every single module. It is a 7-week course and it includes my 90-day proven protocol. So you do these 6 steps for 90 days and then you start to try to conceive after the 90 days. So that is what I recommend. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions or you want that link or anything else, any other resources, send me a message on Instagram at BioHackingBrittany. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you soon for another episode. Thanks for listening to another episode of Biohacking with Brittany. If you're interested in finding the show notes or the sponsors for this episode, you can do so on my website, which is biohackingbrittany.com. Remember to follow me on Instagram where I'm most active. My handle is at biohackingbrittany. And if you're interested in working together and you want to email me directly, you can do that. My email is info@biohackingbrittany.com. And I look forward to hearing from you and having you tune in next week.